The problem for Depp again is once you marry her, she she uh, she pooped in his bed. I mean,
Oh yeah, we didn't.
incredible.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Amber Turd yet, did we? Yeah,
No,
there was a turd that she decided to lay on Johnny Depp's side of the bed after he left due to the conflict. When she was beating him, purportedly, he went to one of his condos in Hollywood and just stayed there. And I think he said somebody had to notify him that there was a turd on his bed. And the somebody in the trial said, "Well, how do you know it wasn't like one of the dogs?" He's like, "Well, I've picked up Yorkie shit before. It's quite small. Like this was human."
right. I had a case a long time ago where the guy was a car guy and he bought and he ordered a 911 Targa. It's a Porsche car. I
Hmm.
think the middle roof somehow came
Pops
off.
out, yeah.
Right. So he gets this car and he's going to a wedding with his wife of like maybe 18 months or a year. And he had a rule like nobody can drink anything in the car unless it's bottled water. I
Hmm.
don't want anything else in the car. It was like his prized possession.
Hmm.
And he's driving to a wedding. They're fighting. And she reaches into her handbag and she opens up a thing of nail polish and she starts to polish her nails in his car.
Hmm.
And not only did that really tick him off, but the fumes really gave him a headache. Long story short, that was the last time he filed for divorce like a week and a half later. It was building to that.
Hmm.
And she was so passive aggressive toward him. And she knew it would hurt him. And she knew the smell bothered him. And she knew she was in his prized possession. I had camel color seats, if I remember right. She had this red nail polish. She didn't spill any, but he was unnerved by it to the point of saying, that's not right. And he
The
realized,
the correct thing to do in that scenario, gentlemen, is pull over, get the fuck out. Right there. It doesn't matter where it is. When she crosses a bottom line that you've set, especially with something that matters to you like your car, speaking as a car guy obviously, get the fuck out. That's it.
so she did. That came to mind when I heard it. That, is that as bad as pooping in a bed? It's pretty close.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of passive aggressive, just sick
Yeah.
to do that to somebody that you allegedly love. He best movie ever made. His whole life changed for the better after that. Um, all right, Heard pathologically defensive and blame shifting. Like just to see her on the stand talk about how she lived the life with Johnny and all this was his fault, and she just can't put a whole sentence together that makes any sense. I
Hmm.
can't imagine what the transcript of that case is going to read like, with her stopping and starting and bringing in extraneous words and extraneous things that happen. It's just, woe is me, I'm the victim, he's all at fault. No one's going to buy that. I don't think the jury's going to buy it either. So
There's a note here. Sorry, I'm not sure if we glossed over it, but Heard refused to sign a prenup or postnup. Like it was a complete refusal,
yeah, from what
and
I've been able to ascertain,
he
he
proceeded
brought,
anyway. That's a red
yeah,
flag, big time.
yeah. And now this guy's got good lawyers. He's got business managers. He's been in relationships before. What was he thinking?
He's got kids. Yeah.
He's got kids. What was he thinking? And I saw testimony from uh, one of his witnesses, I think his financial guy, that said her original demand was 5 million, and then she wanted 5,500,000. Then she wanted 6 million. Then she wanted 7 million. And when he said yes to the 7 million, then I want him to take 100% of the $13.5 million debt, uh, all of it. I don't want to have to deal with any of that debt.
Her
That
debt.
was, yeah, her debt. But any debt that was accrued during the marriage is a marital debt. So if he owed money for whatever, and she's spending over 100 grand a month on wine, so she didn't want to have to deal with any of that.
Hmm.
But I've seen that in cases where you get a narcissist on the other side, they'll make a demand and then they never stop. So we say, look, no, that's the if that's your demand, this is what we'll do. If not, it's going to go to trial
Didn't
because it never ends.
didn't Johnny Depp's former lovers or wives all step forward and I don't know swear an affidavit or something to the effect that they were never abused by him. They never had any domestic violence issues. He wasn't abusive or anything like that.
Yeah,
Like
I
that would
don't
be
know.
useful in a trial.
I don't know if a judge would let. Now, remember, hearsay is an out of court statement made to prove the truth of the matter asserted.
Mhm.
So, if it's an out of court statement and the author of an affidavit is not in court to be cross examined on that affidavit, it's not coming in. So, now, you could take a trial deposition either by both parties agreeing or by asking the court, and that can be brought in because they have the opportunity to be cross-examined during a deposition. But just like a written affidavit, unless the person is allowed to go in and testify, it can't come in. In a lot of jurisdictions, they don't even allow police reports to come in unless the police officer is available and comes into court to testify, because you're in the crucible of cross examination. They don't allow. Some jurisdictions do allow police reports. Some jurisdictions will allow the police officer to testify either via Zoom or telephonically if he's on duty or he's out of town or whatever. But just a police report alone, without having the officer there, is usually not allowed in most
So,
jurisdictions.
so apparently, Winona Ryder and Vanessa Paradis said that Johnny Depp. This is in the news, so this is in media outlets. This is not a court document, but they've stated publicly that like Vanessa was with him for 14 years. I don't know how long Ryder was. I think it was a few years, but both of them stated publicly that he was never abusive, and it's impossible to believe her claims.
Right. Okay. Well, again, it's going to be up to the court. It'll be up to the judge to make a ruling on the evidence, what comes in and is not allowed in.
Hmm.
And I'm sure that opposing counsel, before the trial started, filed a motion in limine to try to exclude testimony from his former, the mother of his children, and maybe Winona Ryder, and maybe Kate Moss, and maybe
Hmm.
others. But once Heard testifies about any of those people, now the door is open to bring them in and have them submit testimony or show up. Judge would probably allow them to testify if they're in California via Zoom, to let the jury hear it. So
Hmm.
that was a good thing that Heard kind of really tripped up her own defense.
Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line. Pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments, there's a link to the unpluggedalpha.com/shop. When you click through, you'll be able to land over here, and the entire lineup is broken down by category that it performs best in: estrogen metabolism, fat burning, your foundational essentials for health, immune health, performance, and testosterone support. If you check out with coupon code ALPHA10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. There's also the option to use the subscribe and save model, where regular shipments will be sent over to you on a regular basis, and that gives you a little bit of a discount, and your supplement facts are always broken down over here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And again, check out that link. It's pinned in the top comment below in this video. Peace out.